Hello, everybody. It's good to have you back. Today, we'll be talking about data and the information. What is data? And also, what is information? And what's the difference between data and information? A very good example of the differences between these is this. If I were to walk into the SS1 class and then just take a sheet of paper and then take everybody's first CA score on my sheet of paper. For example, the first person, Abdul, scored 10, Fatima scored 12, Usman scored 15. And then I went on to collect everybody's score one by one. You'll notice that my sheet of paper will just have some random numbers on that sheet of paper. What I have just done is referred to as data collection, which is that I collected everybody's first CA score. However, if I want to just look at that sheet of paper and know who the highest scoring person is, it may take me some time. If I was also to say who got the lowest score, it may take me some time. However, there are ways I could change this piece of data into, say, a graph, maybe using Excel. After changing all of these scores into a graph, if I'm asked the same question, who got the highest score? Just by looking at the graph and looking at the highest point on the graph, I can quickly find out who has the highest score. And also by looking at the lowest point on the graph, I could tell, I could easily tell who got the lowest score. So this is the best description for uh, the difference between data, which is collecting the scores, and information, which is like converting those scores into a more meaningful or easy to interpret manner. Let's define data. In case you're asked, define data or what is data? Simply put, data is the collection of raw facts. We say it is raw because it is not processed. So once I collect your scores, what's your score? 7. What's your score? 12. What's your score? 15. Because I've not done anything to that score, all I've done is written it down. It is called a raw fact or a raw figure. Information, on the other hand, is usually derived from raw data. So if you have raw data and you are able to change it into a pie chart or into a graph or even write an essay that is saying the highest score is this, the second highest score is so 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 person with the score of this, while the third highest score is this person who scored this, and lastly, the least scored uh, in this CA was this, and this was the person who scored that. If you're able to do that, process that data into a more meaningful and understandable form is then called information. So, by definition, information is any processed or organized data. It's easy to tell the differences between data and information because you can just look at a sheet of paper and see if the scores have been arranged or not. If they have been arranged, then it has been processed. As process we call sorting. Well, if you see that it is scattered, you can easily tell that this is just data that was collected, and so it is raw, and so I'll call this data and not information. We have data collection, uh, data processing, data analysis, data interpretation, and data synthesis. Synthesis means that you change it into a more meaningful format. While data collection is not really processing the data, it allows you to have the data that you need. Now, there are different sources of data. You may be asked to mention some of the sources of data. Some sources of data include forms, questionnaires, test scores, biodata collection, and things like that. So this is very important for ICT. It's important for you to know what data is, what information is, and how you want to transform your data and synthesize it so that it's in the best form that should be processed by us humans. Because it's good that we have computers that could help us to hasten the process. However, it's very important for you to know exactly how you want your data delivered. That way, the computer can assist you better. Next, we'll be going over the different ways computers process data in the past and how computers have changed over time in order to be able to process data more quickly. See you next time.